Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Cameron, VSBA's Director of Public Policy. VSBA continues to monitor legislation that affects school boards across the state. Be sure to check out our policy webpage at vtvsba.org/public-policy and be on the lookout for legislative alerts in your email with action items that we need your help with during the legislative session. There are several links to documents related to the information being presented today, and those links are embedded within the written blog post on the VSBA website. The first 3 weeks of the legislative session have been incredibly busy, and while the General Assembly continues to grapple with the effects of COVID-19, legislators are also tackling many education topics outside of COVID-19. Legislative committees heard information on federal relief funds, including an update on CARES funds and details about the new CRRSA funds. Links to presentation documents are provided in the legislative blog text, and more detail will be provided in the first legislative report, which we anticipate distributing by the end of this week. The House Committee on General Housing and Military Affairs is taking up testimony on 2 bills proposing changes to the process for statewide collective bargaining for public school employees' health benefits, H63 and H81. A side-by-side comparison of the 2 bills is available in the written blog. The first round of statewide bargaining resulted in a very brief decision from the out-of-state arbitrator without analysis of the basis for the decision, representing over $200 million spent annually on school employees' health benefits. H63 proposes several changes to the process. 1. Requiring the Commission to negotiate a statewide grievance procedure for disputes concerning school employee health benefits. 2. Requiring the Commission to determine any cash payments in lieu of receipt of healthcare benefits on a statewide basis. 3. Disallowing an employee to receive cash in lieu of receipt of healthcare benefits from one school employer while simultaneously receiving healthcare benefits from another school employer. 4. Utilizing a 3-member arbitration panel, including Vermont residents and a neutral member of the Vermont Labor Relations Board. 5. Adjusting the schedule to require the panel to complete its hearing on or before October 15th. 6. Requiring both sides to submit a full cost estimate to their proposal with a breakdown of costs borne by employers and costs borne by employees on a statewide basis. 7. Requiring the panel to determine which of the 2 proposals most appropriately balances access to healthcare benefits and reasonable cost containment to ensure the financial sustainability of the plan. And 8, requiring the panel's decision to include the full cost estimates for each of the last best offers submitted by the parties and a full explanation of the basis for their decision. H81 is identical to S226 as passed by the Senate in the last legislative session. It does not include the changes I just outlined in H63. Rather, H81 removes the current requirements that 1. The premium responsibility percentages for each plan tier shall be the same for all participating employees, and 2. The school employers and school employees' responsibilities for out-of-pocket expenses for each plan tier shall be the same for all participating employees. VSBA supports H63 because it makes needed changes to refine the statewide bargaining law, including the requirement for balancing appropriate access to healthcare benefits and reasonable cost containment to ensure the financial sustainability of the plan. The House Committee on General Housing and Military Affairs will be taking more testimony on these bills this week. The start of session education legislative report will provide detailed information on this topic as well as other topics and bills affecting education. Nearly 3 dozen bills affecting education have been introduced in the first 3 weeks of this legislative session. You can find the bill titles, numbers, and purpose in the legislative blog text. You can also read bills in their entirety on the Vermont General Assembly website. Thank you for staying connected, and see you next week.